everyone, I'm Nia and welcome back to another of my pick a card. This pick a card is about what blessings Ganesh is giving to you and what is the message. Ganesh is well known in Hinduism and in India as the remover of obstacle, and I really like him as an energy to channel. So let's see what blessings Ganesh is giving to you right now. Regardless of when you're watching this video, this pick a card is timeless. So I want you guys to focus and concentrate and choose between deck number 1, deck number 2, deck number 3, and deck number 4. Pause the video if you need, and the timestamps are going to be down below. And also keep in mind that YouTube is for entertainment, and obviously this is a general reading. If it doesn't resonate, don't even worry about it. You can choose more than one pile, and for private reading, the link is down below. All right, what blessing Ganesh is bringing to you at this time? What obstacles are being removed by the energy of Ganesh? We're going to channel for group number 1. So let's start. I'm going to start with my Sacred India Tarot. So we have right away the King of Swords, which is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And then we also have the Four of Swords. I really feel like prominently you have been in a particular phase of your life when you basically called, whether you called consciously Ganesh or you called for a higher guidance, to remove one prominent obstacles, which was unfairness in your life. Whether this was about love, could be, or whether this was about career or any other area of your life. I really feel that you suffered from a lot of chaos, which is a bit of an energy that I've channeled around since the beginning of 2020. But probably you felt that there was some sort of injustice around you, people that behaved in a way that you didn't even expect, maybe even in a shady, snaky way. And you have found through, also possibly if you're watching this video when I'm posting it, through Mercury retrograde in Pisces, a lot of enlightenment and a lot of truth being revealed to you at this time. The obstacles that is being removed prominently is people that were shady around you, or people that acted like a snake. And a snake is not even like a bad omen or a bad spirit animal in and of itself. If you think about Shiv, for example, the snake is the representative of the Kundalini awakening and the Kundalini energy, because he drinks the poison of snake and he becomes even more powerful. But let's say on a more general sense, in order for both of us to understand each other in this prediction, let's call it a shady, toxic, or snaky type of behavior. Meaning, in other words, people that behaved well in front of you, they flattered you with so many compliments, but then in reality, it's only an illusion because they have other intentions in the background of their mind. Let's say it this way. With the King of Swords, I really do see that justice is coming for you as a remover of obstacles and as a blessing in your life at this point. It could also be that could involve legal justice from some of you, or it could involve a judge, or it could involve, more metaphorically, justice in general. It is also included, if you guys are interested in love, a new individual, much more honest than the one that you had before, coming into your life and bringing you what? Not only the remover of obstacles, but bringing you a lot of peace of mind and a moment of stillness and quietness. If you're not interested in love and you are gladly single or gladly in a couple, this indicates a period of harmony and stillness within yourself and also around you. The end of chaos, the end of revelation even, because revelations, like we said before, can be very chaotic, and a period of great strength that comes from moments of harmony and peace. These are the prominent blessings that I am seeing for you. You could be dealing obviously with a Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius, or it could be that you're feeling a lot the energy of Aquarius or the energy of the hair in this moment. We also have from my Cosmic Love Oracle deck the Communion of Hearts. Home is where your heart is. A communion of like-minded souls is happening right now. Well, it goes without saying that if Ganesh is bringing you as a blessing, truth, justice, even enlightenment to a certain extent, and is removing obstacles and people that were taking advantage of you, it is also giving you the opportunity, if you're coupled, to stay in this beautiful soulmate relationship and feeling like home, to be around better friends, or if you're single, to meet new people, like we said before. before, that King of Swords. This King of Swords could be an individual that works in a legal field, or simply it's a very honest and straightforward individual. Obviously fit the message where it needs to fit. This is a general reading, but a communion of hearts indicates a period of peace and harmony, like I said before, but a communion of like-minded souls, meeting your soul family, finding even better what is your purpose. I really do feel for you, group number one. It's the end of the chaos and the beginning of the stillness, so you can heal and recoup and really enjoy this beautiful harmony and stillness. And then later on, by the end of 2020, or possibly even through spring, depending on where part of the world you're watching this video, you will be able to make decision much more in alignment with your spirit, and make decision that really comes from this heart, this communion with spirit, with the heart, like I said before. Sorry, the repetition. Also, I am seeing the sixth house, service for others, what is better for us and your job, and in the third house as well. The third house in this case for you indicates you have to be careful about the right association for you, the idea, and believe in yourself and your ideas. Wow, this is so spot on, because the sixth house really represents our works of service, it represents what is good, represents our work job, and you also have the third house, so you really are understanding what are the type of community even or association that you don't want to belong in. And this could be partially, I think it's both about love in a way, possibly not even a relationship for some of you, but it's more about your private sphere, let's call it that way. The third house, your face, you, how you present to yourself to others. And also it is about your workplace. So it's almost like Ganesh is bringing you this opportunity, or has already revealed. So the third house, or the sixth, we were talking about the third house and the sixth house. So you are really understanding your place in the world. You're understanding the people you want to associate with, and you're obviously doing some betterment for yourself and others. You could possibly also be doing a work of service, which again with the King of Swords will represent also legal matters, so humanitarianism with that Aquarius energy. But to be honest, for me, you're really focused on you and to the people that really care about you. And also I am seeing that Ganesh is trying to invite you to meditate more, possibly even practice yoga, but to connect in this period to yourself, so you can really flourish with your own original ideas rather than being influenced by what other people are doing or saying to you, because you have already learned that people sometimes have shady intentions, because you're so talented and you have so much light around you. So this is the many revelations that I am seeing. So the prominent blessings is a lot of truth, a lot of stillness, and a lot of you liberating yourself from that snake, or possibly snakes. So we also have the Lakshmana, the power of accomplishment, and the unconceivable destiny. Let me read exactly what this card is about. In good or bad times, God's grace is sufficient to one aligned with divine will, which we already talked about. And your specific message is misfortune, the feminine principle, disrespected departs. Okay, so for me, honestly, this is a warning from Ganesha saying, you already know what that community is about, or that work is about, or those people are about, or that lover is about, however it's going to resonate for you. So you must follow this blessing that is coming to you, because it's an unconceivable destiny. I really feel group number one is called to it's having a higher call, and it's called to make a change in their life, and therefore finding true soulmate relationship and true even soul companions, the power of accomplishment. You really have the possibility, if you only focus in yourself and go into this deep state of harmony and meditation, to align yourself to divine will, and therefore beating your karma. Can you say that? Aligning yourself with your dharma. It's very, very important though, that energy of the King of Swords, because that is the prominent blessing. You seeing the truth about certain people. Now obviously, like I always say with predictions are about your actions as well and your choices. Because if this is the blessings that Ganesh is bringing to you, and that obstacle that wants to remove for you, indicating you the way or indicating you people that are not right for you at this time, if you don't follow it, when obviously you get misfortune like that card is predicting. So it's all about how you're going to act in this period. But definitely this is a very important time in your life, and this is an unconceivable destiny. This is almost like fated events that needed to happen to align you to divine will again. Now let's see the Ganesh card more specifically. We have the belonging, which makes a lot of sense. You are definitely now, as a prominent blessing, Ganesh is saying, you are finding home. You are finding a place, people where you true, a community possibly, lover possibly, a place where you truly belong. And remember, like the My Cosmic Love Oracle deck is saying, home is where your heart is. Heart is also in the things that you love to do, in your life purpose, in what matters to you. I feel that the prominent blessing for you is stop pretending to be something that you're not, is to really possibly even become that King of Swords, that Aquarius energy, saying to other people, I am gonna fight for what I believe, and no, I don't have to agree with you. I don't have to stay here. I can literally change, and I can literally go with divine will. And you also go with divine will when you look at the sky and say, God, prime creator, universe, where do you want me to go? I'm open, because my ego doesn't even matter anymore. Remember the tale of the story of Ganesh riding the mouse that devours everything in front of it, because that is the metaphor of the ego, devouring and constantly having desire and lust about everything. But Ganesh rides the mouse, indicating the power of the soul to overcome ego desires and actually be really the carry of the ego. So the master is the soul, is never the ego. So I see this understanding that you're having as a prominent blessing. And also obviously in your workplace, people are going to perceive you very differently, and you are really going to find a place where you belong. I really feel this is the prominent blessing for you, group number 1. Now let's see also what other message I can channel from Ganesh from my power deck. So let's see if there is any other message for group number 1 about blessing coming from Ganesh, the remover of obstacles in Hinduism. You can read a lot about Ganesh. I'm sure online has plenty of story about it, because there are many different versions. And if you're Indian and know something that I don't know personally, comment down below. I would love to hear some story about Ganesh too. Wow, we have the power of the masculine energy. Now I'm not gonna read this card, because for me, this is what we're talked about so far. I'm just going to show you the picture. This is you carrying a crystal around your shoulders, and this is your purity. This is where you belong. The crystal is you, is your soul. And now you are understanding that you don't have to carry your soul as a heavy burden, and you don't have to climb mountains against people that don't understand you, a community that doesn't understand you or appreciate you, a workplace that doesn't understand you and appreciate you. You can really take that crystal and realize, why am I being carrying this crystal on my shoulders when I could just literally put it in front of me and become that pure crystal, that pure light, and therefore also serving others. You are really finding a place to stay, to belong. You are following your heart, or at least this is an invitation from Ganesh, and you can only follow divine will when you come from a place of stillness, which reminds me obviously a lot of the Four of Wands. The blessings that Ganesh is bringing to you is justice, if we want to put it in one word. All right, this is what I see for you, group number 1. I hope the reading resonated. For a private reading, the link is down below. All right, let's move on. For those of you guys who choose pile number 2, what is the blessings that Ganesh is bringing to you at this moment? What obstacle is removing for you? Because let's remember, Ganesh is well known in Hinduism to be the remover of obstacles. He also has other meanings, of course, is a deity, but let's focus on the blessings that I can channel for you guys. So whenever you're watching this video, I'm going to start with my Sacred India Tarot deck, and we have the Ace of Wands. Very interesting with the Two of Swords. So you are coming from a place where you are in need to make a decision. Like I always say, tarot can only perceive the energy of the present moment, and from that on, the psychic makes a prediction. But the future can always change. By the way, watch my video entitled Pick a Card, Your Future, which is an explanatory video, informational video to understand how prediction works. And through the changes or the choices actually that you're making in the present moment, the future gets predicted and can also change. So I'm not seeing a defined blessing for you, I must be honest, because I feel Ganesh is trying to come through saying these people, the people that have chosen group number 2, need to fight their own self in order to decide. I feel group number 2, you're very conflicted between a part of you and another part of you. One is pulling right, the other is pulling left. And it is time that you align your mind, your body, and your soul in order to make a clear decision. So I can predict something for you as well, but you can predict that to yourself. There is a clear path. I even explained this in my course, Co-Creating Your Own Reality. One of the most powerful ways to manifest, it's not to do millions of affirmations or millions of law of attraction method, is to understand how energy works. If you could possibly see energy canalizing in a tunnel, it goes without saying. Let's pretend that we have like a tube. Okay, I have a tube in front of me and I have energy that radiates from my hand. I'm bringing and sending the energy into that tube because I want that energy to come on the other side and possibly touch something else. The same goes with your manifestation and decision, with your vibration. But if I am pulling this energy in this tunnel and then I am changing my mind at the middle of the run of the energy comes back and cannot get manifested. So one of the most powerful way to manifest your desires is to stay committed to one choice. One single choice, narrow it down to one, and bring one manifestation at a time into actualization by the commitment of that energy and the focus of that energy without being too much attached to the outcome. That is the secret. Period. There's nothing else you gotta do. I explained this a lot better also in my course, like I said before. So this is your message. In order to have a blessing that is coming, and I'm going to tell you what it is, what I can see at least, you must come in alignment with yourself and make a decision about what do you want to do in your life. This is a time where you need to decide, because what you decide is going to bring different outcomes. Different outcomes doesn't mean that you're going to be wrong about choosing left or right. It means you gotta choose and stick with it, because that's life. Life is a game of choices. Even if you play a video game, let's say one of those video games, I always mention The Witcher for some reason, but the choices that you're making are going to have a ripple effect and a different outcome depending on what you do in the game. Same goes on earth. So this is a time to decide. What I see as a blessing that is coming is that I see 3 spirit guides, very, very strong. Possibly one is also Ganesh if you felt attracted to this pick a card. Very strongly present in your life, showing you the way to cross the bridge. I see that they are building a bridge for you across an ocean. So it could very much be group number 2, that one of the prominent blessing is a travel, a relocation, a new opportunity, a new job. If you're interested in love, possibly could be a new love, or better, a reconciliation with someone from afar. So fit the message where it needs to fit. But I am seeing that they are building a bridge of communication between 2 worlds, or you crossing that bridge, finally making that decision, and wow, you're finally in a new place, exactly what you wanted to manifest. That is the prominent message that I'm hearing from Ganesh. Also, what I'm hearing, funny enough, is try again. You can never be wrong. You can only experience, you live and learn, from my Cosmic Love Oracle deck. Well, this, I'm not going to be repetitive, because otherwise these pick a card are like endless talking about the same thing, and I get bored too at the end of the day. Try Try again. Honestly, it's what I said before. You're not wrong. You're feeling frozen right now because you're thinking, if I choose right, I'm going to do this, this, and that. But what if I chose left and therefore I had a different outcome? And it could be about anything, even choosing between one or more people. I don't know. Depends on your life. But what I can tell you for sure is that if you're going to feel stuck again and not making a decision, you're only going to see the future through the filter and the eyes of the past, which is a mistake that we all do, because sometimes we get so stuck in fear of making that leap of faith. Because the reality of the story is that we can never predict the future 100%, not even if you're one of the most accurate psychic of all time. Think about somebody like Edgar Cayce, somebody that had a prediction rate of possibly even 98% or something like that. Not even him was 100% accurate, because we constantly live in a time-space reality that happens simultaneously because of our choices. So simultaneously, you are changing the future. Like I explained in my video, pick a card prediction for your future. So stop looking at the future or even the present for what matters with the eyes of the past. You're not doomed to make the same mistakes. You can choose again, and you can take a leap of faith, even if it's mysterious, even if you don't know what is on the other side of that bridge. Know and have confidence that it's going to be a blessing for you, because evolution, change, and growth, it's always a blessing. And this is the prominent blessings that Ganesh is trying to give to you at this time. Let's see, also we have the first house, which talks about you. Oh, I thought I pulled 2 cards for you, but no, I only pulled 1, so it must signify something. Immediately, the way you project yourself, and you gotta do it on your own. Well, that's pretty straightforward. That's probably why I only had 1 zodiac card for you. The first house is you, is your ascendant, is who you are. If you think about even like astrological prediction, 90% of astrologers will tell you, look at your rising sun, look at your rising sun, to have literal prediction. Why? Because our rising sun, our first house, it's what we project to the world, it's how people perceive us. For example, I am a Taurus, but my rising sun is in Pisces, and in Vedic astrology, my rising sun in Aquarius. 90% of the time, people tell me, are you a Pisces, are you an Aquarius, or are you a Scorpio, a water sign? Scorpio is the opposite, in fact, of Taurus. Why? Because people perceive you as your first house, as your rising sun. And your rising sun is your also life purpose in a way. It's the way you are going to behave more and more and more the more you grow. So it is important that you make a decision now. Possibly also look at your rising sun and the way you should behave or people perceive you to understand better yourself, because astrology is not about only prediction. Actually, I prefer to see it in a way as guidance and introspection, another way to meditate, especially if it's done by very talented astrologers. And you have to see the way the world is seeing you, and you have to understand that sometimes nobody can make a decision for you. People can only give you advice, psychic can give you guidance, even Ganesh can calm down and channel something for you from the divine itself. I mean, he's a god itself, but at the end of the day, it can only point you towards that bridge. It cannot cross the bridge for you. It can create that bridge, it can create that opportunity, but you must be the one that choose to go and walk that bridge, because this is your test, this is your life, and nobody can live your life apart from you. And that obviously, it's a blessing in and of itself, because when you understand that, you liberate yourself from anything. You even go above astrology. You use it, you understand yourself, boom, and you are finally above, and that is a blessing. You're free, and you are on the other side of the bridge saying, wow, why I was so scared to make this decision. This is nuts. I'm feeling so much better now. Yes, because you have released yourself from seeing the present with the eyes of the past. So those are all things that I'm seeing happening for you. Now, as a more specific message, I'm also seeing a breakthrough, but more specific than that, the power of destroying obstacles. Make that decision. Destroy the obstacles for you. Ganesh is giving you the possibility to do that, or any deity you believe in. Number 2, a stunning win over opposing forces. Complete preparation for a great struggle, which will be successful. It seems like making this choice is difficult, but again, when you're going to be on the other side of the bridge, even physically, you're going to be like, wow, what a breakthrough. What an opportunity. Thank God, thank Ganesh, I tried again. I gave myself another possibility. You do have another possibility right now. Obviously, fit the message where it needs to fit, whether we are talking about life purpose and career, or we're talking about love, or a specific person. I make the speaker card general for a reason, so they can hit many people in terms of message. As another specific message from Ganesh, we also have cultivating. And I possibly see that if you're an artist and you're interested in music, because Ganesh is playing a beautiful sitar in this representation, well, probably that is the breakthrough. That is you saying, try again with that music project. Try again and put yourself differently into the world. Make that bold decision. And it's not because you were a failure in the past. It means that you're going to be a failure in the present. There is a great breakthrough coming from you cultivating yourself and cultivating that commitment, that energetical commitment that says, I'm going to make a decision right now. I'm going to claim my breakthrough. I'm going to claim my success. I'm going to claim removing of my obstacles. And boom, you're on the other side of the bridge for the same reasons that I said before. Let me have one last card for all of you guys. Group number 2. Let's see what blessing Ganesh is giving you right now. This card wants to drop, like it dropped even for group number 1. So watch the video of group number 1. It might have some message of significance, or you can fast forward where I explain the meaning of this card. For you though, I'm going to read the meaning of the card at the back. Sorry. So, carrying your gift of consciousness from the heart of woman, of Mother Earth, trek toward the summit of higher knowledge. Because of male and female imbalances, the earth is in danger of dying. Remember that the power of the masculine explodes as the power of the feminine implodes, and the sacred spiral of life is set into motion. One cannot live without the other. The masculine god is in search of the feminine goddess. He brings gifts of driving force to her powers of intuitive, creative receptivity. There's a lot of creativity for you. Balance your masculine and feminine energies through meditation and awareness of when you are carrying a male or female shield. This is your struggle in life and a great source of power to you. The blessing that is coming towards you is the truth remove of obstacle, and is you cultivating your faith, your hope of the fact that on the other side of the bridge after this decision, you're just gonna be fine. All right, this is what I see for you, group number 2. I hope the reading resonated, and if you want a private reading, links down below that will lead you directly to my Etsy shop. All right, let's move on. For those of you guys who choose panel number 3, what is the blessing that Ganesh is bringing to you at this time? Remembering that Ganesh in Hinduism is the remover of obstacles and brings blessings all the time. So, I'm going to start with my Sacred India Tarot deck, and we have Brahma as the first card, the Magician, the Creator. Very interesting. Brahman in Hinduism is the god of creation, and Vishnu is the sustenance. In fact, we say that Vishnu was born from a lotus flower sustaining the creation of Brahma. And then we have Shiv, the destroyer. And we also have the 8 of Wands. So wow, this is really, really positive. And the 8 of Wands, like, I hope you guys are going to see this card and you focus. The 8 of Wands reminds me of a whole new world from Aladdin and the magic carpet. So possibly a travel is coming for you, a travel through airplane, or you reunited with a soulmate or a twin flame relationship for the people that I clicked on this video and they're interested in love. On a more general sense, the blessing that is coming towards you is you finally becoming the alchemist of your own reality. You taking the lead of your situation and driving yourself into success. The the Eight of Wands always represents success. Success also that is obtained through the right communication skills, through social media, through messages, through Mercurian energy. So possibly this Mercury retrograde, if you're watching this video by the time that I'm posting it, this Mercury retrograde in Pisces is giving you a lot of enlightened ideas, and now the Mercury is going back direct. You know how to communicate them successfully. Maybe possibly even with your twin flame, if you guys are in a twin flame relationship. You're coming up as a leader. You're winning your enemies with Brahma. You are creating a new path. You're a waver of a new dawn, almost a very Aquarius energy at the same time, and you're starting a new journey again. But this time, because the obstacles are removed by Ganesh, it is the time of success and reaping the rewards of your hard work. Whatever job you're doing, you are finally understand communication. And understand how to communicate is massively important, especially if you think about the day and age where we live. Communication is everything. Communication and information gives power. I mean, look at all the fake news and how much chaos they constantly cause, and think about so many people that might not be incredibly talented doing something, but because the way they communicate is so effective, they get the rewards of that. So everybody has their own talent. I think that for you, group number 3, you weren't particularly talented or have a particularly strong Mercury, but because of experience, you understood how to communicate your ideas properly. You understood how to create effective ideas that are understood by a bigger crowd, and that is why you're getting the rewards of that. Or possibly, if we're talking about relationship, Ganesh is bringing you as a blessing the right person for you. Possibly this person could be, I am sensing an Aries for some reason, Leo or Sag. He's bringing you somebody that is adventurous, passionate, creative, that brings you out and about on journeys, that makes you explore your minds. And possibly I am channeling also metaphysical concept, brings you more out into the nature. Or maybe if you are coupled, you are regaining a new dawn in your relationship and you're going to have a trip together. There's going to be so much enlightening and going to bring you closer together with your partner. However it is going to resonate this reading, this is a prime blessing for you. It's a new beginning and a great sense of strength and leadership. I love it. Let's see what else. Wow. If you've been in chaos or afraid of the things that have been happening in this society right now, know that Ganesh is bringing you extreme protection. So for example, if you want to pray to him and say thank you, that will be amazing, because I really feel that Ganesh is protecting you at this moment, not only removing obstacles for you, but bringing you a lot of satisfaction and abundance, and especially make you and your loved ones feeling safe and protected. If you don't believe in Ganesh but believe more in prime creators, in angels, that's the same thing. I really feel a big shield of light going all across you and the people that you loved because of karmic reason, and is protecting you at this moment, protecting possibly even a relationship. So that's amazing. You don't have anything to worry about. Don't feel guilty about any abundance that will come at this time, because it's definitely fated to come, and you deserve it. Okay, let's see also what else I have. I have 2 zodiac cards, and I have Lion, Leo. Told you, your spirit animal could also be a lion. And we also have the 9th house, going abroad, foreign lands, communication, social media. Social media for me is always like between the 11th house and the 9th house for some reason. The 9th house is also significantly abundance, and having a fire sign in the 9th house to me indicates abundance that comes from being very charismatic, knowing how to use communication, and being at the center stage, being the king of the jungle. I mean, the Leo card, you could possibly also be a Leo, obviously. You have to think that everything comes from God, or act as if it comes from God. Don't lose yourself in philosophies that are too complicated, and do everything in a big way. You have to be confident about yourself, Take this opportunity and you're gonna have immense great results. So this for you is an indication that the obstacles are totally removed by Ganesh. This is your time to shine. You must be confident about yourself, and whatever you're doing, creative project, love, relationship, traveling, don't worry about money or finances. Do it big, because it's only going to become even bigger. The only thing that Ganesh is warning you not to do is to fall short from some very complicated philosophy, whether we are talking about spirituality or something else. Keep it simple, keep it light, which is another great things about effective communications. I always say this around my friends as well. When we see a good teacher or a good communicator, when he expresses itself in a short, fast, straightforward way that is simple and easy for everybody to understand. You see a good teacher or a good communicator when he's expressing something very complicated in a very, very simple way. And I always give the example of Stephen Hawking. He explained the law of physics in a way where everybody, even a child, could understand. And you know why? Because he had mastery of that subject. When a person, a teacher, as an example, has mastery of a subject, doesn't need to talk over and over and over again about it, and doesn't need to use complicated terminology. He can express it, and especially if he can teach also to a child and make a child understand something very complicated, possibly even philosophically speaking, you know that person has mastered that concept. So don't fall short for people that use higher terminology. They're only gaslighting you or gaslighting other people, saying, you see, do you know how much I know? But the reality of the story, a person that already has, a person that already knows, not only it's humble, because it doesn't want to be humble. It's humble, it's a natural process. They just know, and therefore they want just to teach what they know in a simple way so everybody can understand, okay? And if you understand that yourself, you're going to have an effective communication for your life. Trust me about this. Now, we also have the monkey god, Hanuman, and it's so funny because we have a conjunction of numbers for you. Number 11, which could be your life path number or could be a sign for you. Possibly you have been seeing a lot 1111. And again, you're opening a portal of abundance and blessings and removing of obstacles. And also, I do see, like we said, protection, but also Hanuman, the monkey god in Hinduism, is the god that helps Sita surviving in the forest and reunited with Rama. Therefore, is a helper, is a divine helper coming for you and bringing you that success, that effective communication that you need. So that's amazing. The monkey warrior, Rama's devotee servant. So there is definitely a help coming from the heavens. And in fact, I am seeing as a more specific message for you, help from a separated friend leads to an improvement in our prospect. Rejoice, a gift received and a promises of reunion. Exactly what I've channeled before. Ganesh is giving you the possibility to, in case you're interested in love, to reuniting with a lover or with a twin flame soulmate relationship, reuniting from somebody from afar, or simply reuniting with the divine and achieving abundance and success. It is really the time for you to have hope, have optimism, and rejoice. All right, as a final message from Ganesh itself, I have relaxation. And look how beautiful this card is. Ganesh is relaxing and having fun in the blue of the night. I love the representation of this card. And this is what you should do, honestly. Just let it all flow. Be confident that you are on the right path. Don't wonder too much and just relax and enjoy. All right, this is all that I am channeling for you guys. If you want a private reading, the link is down below that will lead you directly to my Etsy shop, and I hope the reading resonated with you. All right, let's move on. For those of you guys who choose pile number 4, what are the blessings that Ganesh is bringing to you at this time? Keeping in mind that Ganesh is the remover of obstacles as one of the many things that he does in the Hindu tradition. So what obstacles is he removing for you and therefore bringing you blessing? Wow! Well, possibly Usually the people that have chosen group number 4 are the people that were very, very interested in love and union, or if you were interested in career, you were interested in a life purpose way. You were questioning what is your purpose. And I'm gonna start with my Sacred India Tarot deck. We have the Two of Lotuses, the destiny of Parvati. Beautiful card, because this card represents Parvati, which is the reincarnation of Sati, the first wife of Shiv, and she decides to depart from her life, Sita, because his father, the king, wasn't treating Shiva very correctly. So he said, I'm going to come back with a better father that honors you as the first yogi, Adi Yogi, the first incredible god, and as a person, because you are my lover. And she reincarnates as Parvati, and Parvati knows as soon as she's born that her destiny is Shiv, and she dedicates herself to sadhanas in order to reconquer his heart, because Shiv was, after the death of his first wife, was completely like, I'm going to paraphrase, it wasn't having it. It wasn't really interested in love. But Parvati finally wins her heart, not with her aesthetics, not with the way she speaks, but with her own spirituality, with her own devotion, which is a bit of a metaphor of the Bhakti yoga, which is a path of devotion, and which many people underestimate because they're always like, oh, yoga, the headstands, and all these difficult poses that you have to say for God knows so many hours. But it's not true. The path of devotion is one of the most difficult, because it's really a path that cannot be fake, that comes from the heart, and it is basically teaches you only through experience to the fact that seeing, it's not believing, but believing, it's seeing. The faith is one of the strongest gifts that we have on earth when we don't remember who we actually are, but it is only understood through an experience, not through words, not through the mind. Beautiful story. And this is what I see for you. Through the path of faith and hope, you are understanding what you really love to do. You are understanding what is your destiny, and possibly even who is really your soulmate, who you're really destined to be. If you're single, you're possibly meeting this person, and this is a blessing that Ganesh is giving to you, or you're definitely opening your heart and healing your heart and allowing yourself to be on the right path in the destiny of your life. Beautiful story. And in fact, we also have the Three of Wands, which for me represents defeating evil in my Sacred India Tarot deck. With this card, you are really pushing away any evil, any lower entities, because of an act of purity that comes from your art. And something that I always say, I even talked in my video entitled Black Magic and Demons, or if you want to talk about lower vibration, whatever terminology we want to use on this planet about lower vibration, they are repulsive about love. They cannot stand love. They don't want to be around a vibration of love. Therefore, if you send them love, you're giving yourself a blessing and a protection, and also possibly to them, because they can always choose to raise their vibration, believe it or not. And this is what you're doing. You are, even if you don't believe in any of the spiritual thing, you are disseminating away the chaos. Can you say that? I hope I'm making some sense. You're pushing it away from this great act of purity. I am almost seeing you as shining light from your heart, and therefore attracting even more love to you in whatever shape or form is going to manifest. But this is the prominent blessing that Ganesh is giving you at this time. Now let's see. Also, this comes from the fact my Cosmic Love Oracle deck is saying that you have understood what it is to have self-respect and self-love in a way where it's not something that you have conceptualized through the mind, but you have learned, like we said before, like Parvati, through experience. Drawing healthy boundaries doesn't mean only to say no to others. It means saying yes to yourself. Now you are truly saying yes to yourself, pushing away, or not even having to push away anybody. It just comes from your heart. And like I said, if some lower energies, people, whatever you want to believe in, are repulsed repulse love, and you are vibrating on a frequency of love, you're doing yourself a favor, and also you're attracting more people that are vibrating in the same energies as you. And you're not saying no to anybody. You're only saying yes to yourself. You're saying yes to your purity. You're saying yes to your abundance. You're saying yes to the divine and to your ultimate destiny. Wow, what a blessing to have, right? Also from the zodiac cards, we have Sagittarius and Virgo. And I am seeing this as Virgo is possibly the sign or the attitude that you are moving away from, and not because Virgo are not liked or anything like that, simply because the card is in the reverse, obviously. And you are moving more into a Sagittarius role. Keeping in mind that I always say this, Sagittarius is a sign that is, especially in Western astrology, I could be wrong, I'm not an astrologer, but I feel that there is a tendency to underestimate Sagittarius. I have a lot of friends that are Sagittarius, and actually the person that had introduced me, Greta, by the way, if you're watching this video, that has introduced me to the law of attraction in the New Age community in and of itself, and that told me to do the channel and everything, she is a Sagittarius, and she is extremely spiritual. She is one of these people where you just sit down and have a pizza together and really have the deepest conversation of all. And I noticed this thing about Sagittarius over and over again, or people that have a very strong Sagittarius in their chart. So it's a sign that gets underestimated, because every time that people think about Sagittarius, they think about, oh, that person is it's not, I don't know, sleeps around with many people, let's call it that way, or they only think about aesthetics or things like that. I really think it's highly misinterpreted. So with that being said, like Virgo is always seen as the perfectionist and the annoying sign of the zodiac, but it's not true. Virgos are very loyal friends as well. So with that being said, you are moving away from a Virgo energy, and meaning, in other words, the shadow aspects of Virgo. So maybe being always too kind to others, always saying yes to others and being taken advantage of, be too perfectionist but in a detrimental way, being too detailed oriented where it was only blocking your creativity. And also you're moving away from this attitude, oh well, I own this to this person, I gotta do this, like this sense of duty, but pushed to an extreme. You're moving from that behavior into a more Sagittarius energy, which is you are understanding spirituality more, you're radiating light, you're understanding the deepness of you and of others. You are coming from a great sense of wisdom that is coming obviously from your experiential point of view, and you are really understanding you're taking a lot of conclusion that comes from great epiphanies that you had in this period. You're becoming the teacher. Sagittarius, if I am correct, is ruled by Jupiter and is the teacher of the zodiac, is the spiritual teacher along with Saturn. Amazing. I'm seeing so much positivity and really you steering yourself in your divine path. That is the prominent blessing, and saying no to others out of your purity, out of you bringing some healthy boundaries in your life. Then, as a more specific message, I'm also seeing the power of responsibility, Bharata, number 3, seeking the prize, represented by Sita, the wife of Rama. A great quest unfolds with favorable signs. Number 3 is a powerful guest that comes to advance our cause. So possibly I see a reunion with a friend, with soulmates. So this union could potentially bring you a lot of more blessing that I cannot pinpoint exactly what it is, or you simply bringing into your life better people. And you know what? This card also indicates for some of you, a pet is going to come into your life as a spirit animal, and you're possibly going to find this pet out of the blue, and you're going to be like, oh my god, what am I going to do now? Believe it or not, this can happen. So expect a guest that's a spirit guide, whether it comes from love, soulmates, or an animal, into your life very, very soon. And that's amazing, honestly. It will bring you so much protection and blessing even more. Possibly number 3 could be also a number of significance, because I always link number 3, also number 33, as a great creativity and creative solution being available to you at this time. Let's see specifically also what is the message from Ganesha. Beautiful. We have the nurturing card. For people that have desire to be pregnant, this is a yes from the universe. For people that are not, obviously be careful in this period. But I'm definitely seeing a lot of heart chakra healing, or rather you emanating light from your heart, and that brings blessing automatically. I am seeing you finally nurturing yourself, and sometimes again, not saying no to others but saying yes to you, and understand, maybe, you know, I am going to call Alexander, or whatever name you have, tomorrow. I'm not going to do it today. Or in my workplace, you know, I'm just going to do what I'm required to do, and then I'm going to go home and think about my loved ones. I'm going to nurture myself, because the time where I'm always giving and not receiving, it's ending. I'm going to be balanced, and that is why you are becoming incredibly wise. Obviously, Ganesh is saying, and Ganesh is bringing you a lot of nurturing and a lot of abundance as well. Let me pick up a last message for you, group number 4, and then we're going to say goodbye. What is your prominent blessing coming through from Ganesh? All right, okay. We have 3 cards, so I'm going to take them all, and these 3 cards represents balance, virtue, and release. You are balancing yourself out, and this card is amazing because it's number 2. You are balancing and rejoicing yourself through a union of love, a light that comes from your heart. You are channeling higher vibrational energies. Number 12, virtue, which is the card that I'm going to read for you. And number 42, the release. You are flying as a beautiful eagle towards new opportunities and release everything that wasn't nurturing you. Even patterns of behavior, like we said, the shadow aspects of Virgo. And this is your last card, representing the virtue. Virtue is one of the passive qualities of power. When you pull back the bow, preparing to set the arrow and define your target, you use the strength, the will, and the focus that you have collected within that part of yourself called virtue. That is your experience. What have you learned? How wise you have become? What are your values? That becomes virtue. Virtue is where you find inner truth. It is a place of illumination. Like we said, you had epiphanies. And as that radiance grows within you, it becomes integrity. Honesty. Without virtue, there is no inner balance, which is also the card that you had. Virtue comes from the unknown, quiet things that you do for the world and other people. With each act, your spirit shield becomes stronger and more beautiful with the symbols of your inner life. Like the deer, they are quiet symbols. Virtue marks your path on the other side. Like the one who walks last, the virtuous person is in a position of power. Power often comes quietly, walking beauty and virtue. And the deer, in fact, could be your spirit animal. I am also seeing butterflies, indicating big, enormous transformation available at this time, and the quietness and stillness of the Buddha, teaching you the true change comes always internally. And even if it comes quietly, you don't see results yet, know that it's coming. This is the blessing that I am seeing for you, group number 4. I hope the reading resonated with you, and if you want a private reading, the link is down below. That will lead you directly to my Etsy shop. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me today, and see you on the next video. And keep in mind, you're never wrong if you follow love.